Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Daniel. Welcome everybody back to DanganRonpa 2 Goodbye Despair. As you can see, there's a slight angle to the webcam now. I don't know what I'll do. I'll either do the same thing I did with Corona Blossom and just kind of put it in a bottom corner, or I'll frame it. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Nevertheless, though, welcome back everybody. We are going to be starting our first trial in this game. And why is the mouse wheel on the side here? Let me go ahead and move it out of place. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Whoops, my bad. Not meant to do that. We're going in already. Oh, whoops.
Huh?
Can I go back to... Okay, good. Okay, before I even do anything, let me go over to make sure my pet is all good. My pet is all good. Lovely. Let me head over to a report card. There's something I've found that I want to put points into. So since we are going to be doing a trial and everything, turns out the little gems that we earn as we become better friends with everybody, the more gems we collect, we can start putting them onto Usami's rewards, which apparently is supposed to help us out in the trials. For example, if we choose something like Charisma, increases influence gauge, which I don't really know what the influence gauge is. Recovery, when, I'm guessing it's health bar, when correct answers are chosen. Effective when making choices or selecting a truth bullet, which seems like a really good thing to have. Another one I also found a really good one is, let me see if I can find it again. Oh, messed up there, my bad. Neutral liberations. Focus gauge decreases at a slower rate during concentration and fever time. Effective during the non-stop debate, the Hangman's Gambit, and the panic talk action. So that's another thing we can put points into. Another one is delusion, the one that I found would be really good. The influence gauge, which I think is also the health bar, recovers over time during concentration and fever time. Effective during the non-stop debate, the Hangman's Gambit, and the panic talk action. I believe I remember what Hangman's Gambit was. Non-stop debate, that's a new concept, and panic talk action is, I believe, a new thing as well. But I have 19 gems in total, as you can see on the top of the screen there. I kind of want to put into Charisma, into Delusion, and Neutral Liberation. All three of them are pretty expensive, but I think I have enough gems to actually get all of them in. If we have 19 gems, it should be 19 in total to buy all three perks. Now, I could buy into things like Downshift, Upshift, Cool and Compose, Lost in Thought, things that are less expensive, right? I'm thinking, if it costs more, it probably values more, right? And I mean, increased influence gauge recovery when correct answers are chosen, that sounds pretty good. If this has something to do with the health bar or the initial stars that the game gives you, then yeah, this is something I kind of want. So we're gonna go ahead and trade this in. Receive the skill, yes. Skill got, nice, okay. Let's head over down to here. Looks like we won't be able to, we will be able to buy all the points. Delusion and Neutral Liberation. Let's get Delusion. Good. And spend the rest on Neutral Liberation. There we go. We got 3 skills. Hopefully it will allow us to use all 3 skills, or will give us a choice to at least use 2 of them. That'd be fine with me. We'll see how that goes. Nevertheless though, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it and begin the trial. Huh?
Are you kidding me?
Hey, what the heck is that mountain? When did you get there? I can see the Monokuma Mountain. Yeah, well, it is Monokuma Mountain behind us. Wow. Look at this. Never mind that. How did they even make a mountain shaped like Monokuma? Probably a lot of work. It's impressive, not gonna lie. It's pretty impressive, the fact that there's a freaking mountain of Monokumas in front of us. It's lovely. That story might be true after all. There might be an enormous organization involved in all this. You mean, what Byakuya said before, right?
You are right.
Byakuya, we still needed his knowledge. I can't believe he's dead. Jesus, Ibuki. I'm guessing she's the most traumatized one out of all of us if Byakuya is dead. And Chucky... What happened to Gundam and Fuhiko? Now that you mention it, it appears they aren't here yet.
I got it!
I know. They probably ran away.
No way!
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'd let them escape, you know? Look, I dragged this one back over here.
Don't fuck with me!
Jeez, hey Fuhiko, how's it going, buddy? I'm telling you, let me go.
Hey!
Hey now.
Come on now!
If you keep acting violent, I might just eat you up.
Hey!
Hey Fuhiko, what are you doing all this time?
Huh?
Nothing. I wasn't really doing anything. I was just chilling in my room when I suddenly heard that fat bastard got killed. Who the fuck cares about that anyway?
You...
How can you say something so irresponsible?
Do you understand?
We'll be doing our best to investigate this murder, even though we don't want to, just to survive.
Wait!
My hero, that's enough. You too, Fujiko. The dumbass. And I guess we're waiting for Gundam.
What happened,
I am right here. Hey Gundam, he comes out of freaking nowhere every single time.
Now then, let us begin.
And I love his speech, so expressive. Remember this well. A main character arrives when it intends to. Oh, he's the main character. Oh, you're the main character, Gundam. Okay. Huh?
Hey.
It seems to notice it too. If I did, then I'm right.
Well now.
Alright, now everyone's all together. Let's start at the secret entrance to the... let's take the secret entrance to the trial field.
Wait!
But please wait a second.
What's this?
My, Monami, what are you doing here? Nobody asked for you.
What?
Do you actually want to join in?
You masochistic mascot.
Masochist mascot, Jesus. Do you want to taste how powerless you are in the class trial? You're an even bigger masochist than I thought.
Special bleeding service.
Oh well, I'm a big brother who dotes on his little sister. I shall allow you special participation.
See ya later.
I'll go on ahead and wait for you guys, so hurry over.
Huh?
He told us to come, but how do we get it? How do we get there? I don't see any doors or vehicles.
What's going on?
He mentioned something about a secret entrance, was it? Secret entrance. Something about a secret entrance. Is it the mountain? The Monokuma Rock? Anything behind us? I think it's the mountain, to be honest. Let's check it out. What the? Something's shaking. This is dangerous. Everyone, please get down. Oh. Well, that's quite a way to enter. We enter through the mouth of the escalator that apparently extends out. Isn't that convenient? Jesus Christ. Oh my god, like, how many months of planning does it take to actually put together stuff like this, right? Holy hell. Jesus Christ. Something came out.
No way.
Could it be? Is he telling us to enter in?
What?
Jesus Christ. Poor Gundam. For the first time we actually see him afraid. There's such a suspicious aura. Even Crimson Steel Elephant Magazi is trembling with fear. Crimson Steel Elephant, what the heck? Okay, we gotta learn a little bit more about Gundam. Jesus. Wow, that's totally suspicious.
Hey.
Forgive me. Seriously, just forgive me already. Hey, why don't we just stop here? I mean, none of this is real anyway. Like, not even remotely.
No way.
There's no way we'll just... there's no way we'll find the killer.
Stupid.
Complaining won't get us anywhere. If you're really a man, then man up for God's sake. God, I was poor pacing, sorry about that. We've come this far. We have no choice but to keep moving forward. You're right. There's no way for us to run. We need to do it. If that's everyone's decision, I'll just follow you guys.
Yep.
If this were a video game, I'd have a very high difficulty level. It'd have a very high difficulty level. Let's do our best to clear the game. Shaking with fear and nervousness, I hesitantly lifted my feet and stepped onto the escalator. I won't think anymore. If I think, I'll run away. All I could do was stare upwards intensely as the escalator carried me. And when each of us entered Monokuma Rock. God, it shook violently, holy hell. Oh. We're in an elevator. Huh. I guess some things from the first game still stick with it. I believe there's gonna be a top here for us to look over the evidence, and at that point I'll present my case for who might be guilty, so I'll let you all know, but for now, I'm gonna go ahead and continue on forward with this. This is an elevator. I see. The entire rock is an elevator. Once again, Monokuma is doing what he pleases.
However,
If he's gone this far, maybe something like this. I don't think he's playing around. Kane. Oh yeah. Even so, we're going pretty deep. Hajime, who's Hajime? Oh wait, I'm starting to memorize people's names, slowly but surely. You're right. I heard an unnerving chatter around inside my head. I soon realized it was the sound of my teeth. All I could do was purse my lips tightly so everyone else couldn't hear it. Hajime and everybody else is afraid. I mean, I'll be afraid in this situation as well, to be honest. There we were, listening to unpleasant roars as the elevator plunged deeper and deeper into the earth. Some time passed before the elevator finally finished descending. And then, the elevator door slowly opened.
Welcome!
Fancy class trial, and looks like we have some sort of files up on that giant ass iPad. Oh my god, that thing is huge, Jesus. This is the class trial field. How do you like it? It's a special place that will decide your fates.
Why, you...
What the hell is he thinking? Locking us up in a shitty looking place like this?
Don't fuck with me!
Are you fucking crazy? Don't mess with me, asshole. It's so weird doing it's so odd doing Fujika's voice because I gotta try to make him sound wimpy yet sort of badass, you know? Complain all you like, I'm used to it by now. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry up and take your seats or your names are written. It looks like everyone knows. Even if you try to resist, it wouldn't change a thing. Just as Monokuma ordered, we walked towards the seats we had been assigned. From this point on, we need to find out who killed Byakuya. The ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. He was overly critical, arrogant, and condescending. But he also had a strong sense of responsibility. As we were panicking, he accepted his role as a leader and tried his very best to keep us together. A guy like him got murdered. The person who did it is one of us. I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it's really true, we need to find out by any means possible. Because that's our only option. There's no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer. And so, this life-threatening trial, blown with hope and despair, has begun. Would you like to save? Yes, I would like to save my progress. Okay, set, skills, open the handbook, change difficulty, or finish preparations. Byakuya Togami was killed, the blue hue of our vacation is now a crimson red. Is the killer really one of us? Or is it someone else? The class trial starts now. I had to read the bottom text there to see what it's like. And just to kind of read it along and see, you know, just kind of have it there. Nevertheless though, we can set skills. Let's see what kind of skills we can set. We can set up to 5 separate skills. Oh wait, no, we can set up to 18 skill points in total. So let's set charisma. Let's see what else we can set. Neural liberation. Okay, now we'll also rule out delusion. These cost 7 SP, this one costs 8 SP. Okay, so we can have charisma, increase influence gauge recovery. That's not bad, that's alright, we can have that. Focus gauge increases slow rate, influence gauge recovers over time during concentration or fever time. I feel like what we should do is take off charisma and have the 2 lower ones together, like this. There we go. Neutral liberation delusion, so they recover over time. That'd be really good for us overall. We'll stick with that. Open e-handbook. Okay, now this is the point where I'll make my case on this. I'm gonna make my case on this full thing, right? I've been trying my very best to avoid any kind of spoilers. I almost had a spoiler when watching one of Anshan's older videos. If it's just a YouTuber, he actually closing his account down. But at a certain point, he showed some gameplay of DanganRonpa and I immediately muted it. Immediately threw the headphones across the room and looked away from the screen because I didn't have time to go and mute the video at the time. So I avoided any spoilers regarding it. But I do have some suspicions about certain characters. There are 2 particular characters that are catching my attention at the moment. One of them, 2 of them in particular out of all the ones that I kind of thought about. At first I considered Sonya and At first I considered Sunny and Nagito as the culprits. Now I want to change my answer to either Hyoko or Nagito. More leaning to Nagito than Hyoko. Mostly because within the photo that we saw that, what's her name? My Hero. There we go. My Hero. I remember her last name, Koizumi. It's, I don't know, I'm still getting used to her first name. But My Hero took a couple photos, and the two pictures, the one was not particular two pictures, but one particular picture that caught my attention. I wonder if I can find it over here somewhere. Nope, you're not able to see it here. There's two particular pictures that caught my attention. Or what? Well, actually, just one. The one that showed, Nagito and. The one that showed Nagito and, I just want to make sure I remember her name, Hyoko. Nagito and Hyoko standing closest to the desk where Byakuya got killed. Now, there are a couple of things that I do want to kind of talk about as we go through this. Let's just go with it little by little, and I'll show you everything that I got going on. The victim's body was discovered in the dining hall of the old building near the Hotel Mirai. The estimated time of death is 11:30 p.m. The victim was repeatedly stabbed over 10 times between the throat and abdomen region, resulting in death. Aside from that, the body has no external injuries, and no chemicals such as poison were detected. The body under the table is face down, as if Byakuya were reaching for something. So that's what we got going on here. He was reaching for something, and I believe he was also reaching for his night goggles, perhaps. It could be. He was definitely reaching for something as he crawled onto the table. I believe he actually followed somebody onto the table. Right? So all we got here is stabbing at 11:30, stabbed multiple times, so it looks like the killer didn't really have a particular target he was going for. Otherwise, there would be less stabbings. It was just random stabbing. I mean, 10 times, over and over. They were trying to just kill him as fast as they could by stabbing whatever vital they could find. No other external injuries, no chemicals such as poison were detected, so he couldn't be poisoned, and he couldn't be, nothing else really hurt. Nothing was injected into him in any way, shape, or form. Knife. This was the weapon. The bloodstained knife found under the table where the body was discovered. A glowing paint-like substance coats it. Somebody purposely put the glowing tape under the table and put the knife there, and the knife have some of the paint rubbed off on it, so that the killer could go under the table and find the knife and use the knife to kill Byakuya. Bloodstains under the table. A pool of blood formed around the body underneath the table. A lot of blood was splattered against the inside of the tablecloth. Also, there was no sign that the body was dragged through the bloodstain. So, that means Byakuya had to have ended up under the table first before any of the blood would have spilled out. If he were to be killed on the outside somewhere, right? If he were to be killed outside of the table, he would need to have been wrapped into with something, stabbed, and then tossed under the body, and then the cloth would have had to be possibly, thrown away. We use the tarp a lot in the DanganRonpa 1. The tarp has been an item that's been used a lot to carry bodies over from one room to another, which is why I'm thinking maybe there could be some foul play happening with that. Because why would Byakuya get under the table just to get stabbed? And I mean, with Byakuya pretty much taking up most of the table, there's no way somebody could actually stab him from underneath unless they're going through the floorboards, which nobody was hiding under the floorboards. There's no way to get underneath. Gaps in the floorboard. The floors of the dining hall were full of gaps. Gundam dropped one of his earrings through these gaps, but it should be enough to put a knife through it for sure. The AC timer in the dining hall was set to 11:30 p.m. and in the office as well, which means that probably with them cutting on caused the breaker to switch off. Night vision goggles found under the table where the body was discovered apparently came from the supermarket. I believe Byakuya had it with him just in case, for any kind of precautionary measure in case power was out, so you could find who was doing some foul play. So I'm guessing it belonged to him. Embarrassing pose. During the blackout, Mika tripped and fell in the dining hall. By the time the lights came back on, she ended up in a compromising position. I'm guessing she tripped over the lamppost or the lamp, which is why she ended up, down on the ground. Duralumin case. The case Byakuya had with him, there are a lot of security equipment inside and hard plastic case as well. The key to the other Duralumin case is inside here too, so none of the weapons that were already in the other case were used. It had to be the knife. Clearly, it had to be the knife that would be the only thing really. And I'm guessing Byakuya, since he had a bunch of other security equipment with him, he also had a particular case a particular pouch for the night vision goggles, or something that's shaped like night vision goggles, meaning it belonged to him, so it was his. Ibuki, according to Ibuki's account, during the blackout, Ibuki was able to discern all the noise people were making, since she's a musician. First, my hero said, "Why, it's a blackout?" Kaizuchi, "Hey, I can't see anything." Ibuki, "It's pitch black. My future is black. My future is pitch black." Ibuki being over dramatic. My hero, "Everyone calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation like this." Hyoko saying, "Why, don't step on my feet," so somebody walked over onto her. Byaku says, "What the hell? What is going on here?" And then says, "This is..." Nagito said, "Ow." I don't know why Nagito exactly said ow. I kinda said, "Turn the damn lights on, I can't eat like this, you know?" Teruteru says, "You guys, where are you?" Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen as he entered the main dining hall? Sanya said, "Perhaps the breaker overloaded." And then Kaizuchi said, "Hold on a sec, I'll go along the wall and do something about it." And then the lights were put back on. So we got that going on. Something definitely happened with Byakuya. Clearly some sort of foul play. We can tell. Irons in the storage room. There were 3 irons placed inside the storage room. When Nagito found them, they were all turned on. Now I'm guessing they weren't all turned on. Somebody had to turn them on, and nobody ever was inside the actual place, the actual place we had the party at, other than Nagito, cleaning the entire place. So that is one reason why I think Nagito could possibly be it. Storage room tablecloth. A bloodstained tablecloth was found randomly stuffed inside the laundry hamper. I'm guessing what ended up happening. Here's the thing, since we used the tar before in the first game a lot, I'm guessing that's what ended up happening. The killer had a tablecloth under the table near where the lamp is. The lamp that was led to the first table had the cord along with it that somebody could follow whenever it was not dark out to get to the table and get the cloth out. As soon as Byakuya noticed some kind of foul play happening, the murderer, would wrap him in tablecloth and stab the hell out of him so the cloth would soak in, and then drag him onto the table, leave him there so that there would be no blood outside of the table except under the table and within, like, under the tablecloth that was covering the table. Somebody had to drag him in there real quick and stab him in there a couple times and just leave him alone there. Then dispose of the bloodstained tablecloth that was in there. Now this could be completely out of blue, but I want to believe my senses in this one. That's what happened. Somebody wrapped Byakuya up in tablecloth, stabbed him, and then dragged him under the table or something of that sort. The gas stove in the kitchen is powered by electricity. That's why Teruteru couldn't use it during the blackout, so the power was completely out. Party dishes. Teruteru poured his heart and soul into cooking various party dishes. However, Akane and Peko were the only ones who ate them. Nobody else ate them. I don't know if that's really gonna be a clue or not, but whatever. Fire door. If a fire breaks out, the fire door in the hallway of the old building can be shut to keep the fire from spreading. Means if there wasn't any kind of electrical fire, it was a power outage, because otherwise there would be fire, the doors would be locked. But there was no electricity, so the doors couldn't function. Kitchen equipment list. The knife found at the crime scene was not included on the kitchen's equipment list. All the dangerous equipment could be a potential weapon was confiscated by Byakuya. Apparently there's an iron plate for barbecue and a portable stove for cooking hot pots, but that's about it. I don't think that's actually going to be any kind of importance. The importance is the knife found at the crime scene was not included on the kitchen's equipment list, so the knife came from outside. According to Jackie's account, Jackie was standing guard outside. Fuhiko apparently came to the old building, then walked away, so it couldn't be Fuhiko. He left. We found the murder threat. A threatening letter that was found inside Byakuya's room. Be careful, the first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone. The author of this letter is unknown. So somebody purposely gave the letter to Byakuya, which caused him to go into a panic attack. And as soon as he decided to have a party to keep everybody safe, the one person who volunteered for it, to clean up the party place, was Nagito. Now, you might think I might have a bias against Nagito right now, but the dude is just so suspicious. According to Kazuchi's account, during the search for Byakuya after the blackout, Kazuchi headed to the office. He didn't see anyone there, including Peko. I'm guessing Peko might have been in the bathroom. Mikan's autopsy results. According to Mikan's autopsy, Byakuya sustained several puncture wounds to his chest and abdomen. The wounds were inflicted by a thin, sharp weapon roughly 5 mm in diameter. That is the one thing that concerned me. 5 mm in diameter means it could have been punctured. There was a possibility. We're gonna keep it on the back burner for now. According to Nakamoto's account, Nakamoto kept trying to use his bathroom since before the party started, but someone was using it the whole time. He was able to enter the bathroom after Byakuya's body was discovered. That's the one place we couldn't actually discover and actually look around in, is the bathroom, and I don't know why it's not allowed. I'm guessing this is still a tutorial case, so it's not gonna be that much of a bother, but I do have some suspicions regarding Nagito, so I'm gonna keep that in mind. Difficulty, I think difficulty we're gonna keep as kind. We could go gentle or mean. I kind of want it to be kind. I think that would be normal. Anyway, let's go ahead and begin. Are you ready? Yes, let's do it. Trial start.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Sorry for bumping the mic there.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
I like how... No mind, I'll show you a little bit.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
I hope I'm going in the right direction, but the bunny, he just swinging on a rope there on the side. Poor girl. I guess she got the front seat though. The entire case scenario. She been tied up, so she can't do anything.
Such a cruel rule.
There we go. That's mommy.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it?
Maybe. I don't know. Give me a sec, I need to do something real quick. Alright, I'm good. Let's go ahead and continue.
By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monami, of course.
Damn.
You hate me that much?
Now, let's begin.
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
Okay.
Were you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Technically, he is correct. This really has nothing to do with him, but mostly because he being a grumpy pants and decided to join the party.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds?
Huh. The most pressing issue on our minds?
Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath a table.
Nagito is leading the case, and that is really sus. Like, is it just me? The one of the people that actually started leading the case before, like, I'm gonna be so suspicious, alright? I'm so suspicious and so paranoid in PTSD because after the first game, I cannot trust anybody. I overread everybody's actions and everybody's motives, right? The one time I remember somebody leading the case primarily is Byakuya. Whenever a particular murder happened with a particular thin, let's say girl. I don't want to spoil because some people actually want to check it out and actually see what it's like. Nevertheless, if you want to check it out, let's play. I'm already playing it. Check it out. Anyway.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
Sounds good, girl. The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that. But ultimately, we need to find out who murdered him. If you can do that. No. Thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this, no matter what. So the class trial has finally started. From this point on, I'll provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my irritating rudeness. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, all of your classmates will speak one after another without any breaks. It is up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes containing within those statements. This means you have to use the truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you find during the investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use left stick to move the reticle and fire it with the square button. I hope it's Y. We'll see how it goes. Pay close attention to each character's statements and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Know that you will run out of time. If you run out of time, you will automatically fail. So please be careful. Jesus. If you press the start button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Let's give it a go. See what it's like. I'm pretty sure it should be a Y still. Make your argument. Knife, bloodstained, gaps in the floorboard, bloodstains on the table, knife. Kind of feel gaps.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
Gaps in the floorboard.
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
Bloodstains under the table.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
Huh? Why? Obviously by hiding the body. They tried to delay its discovery! Like a dog burying a bone!
Hibiki. Okay, so we only have one thing. What he just said was strange. It's clearly contradicting the information I know. If
Why was Byakuya's...
If the body were to be dragged, then it would leave the bloodstains, but there were no bloodstains. No bloodstains left outside of the table. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, it is bloodstains under the table.
Place like that.
Okay, this freezes time. Okay, good.
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
Mm-hmm.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there. No, that's wrong.
Wow, it's really responsive. I like it. Ooh, fancy. Fancy breaks.
No, I don't think the killer moved the body.
Huh? Why?
Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
Oh, and here I thought I had a genius idea.
It's fine, Kazuchi. Not all of us are gonna get it from the start, dude.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
Oh my god, Hyoko, why? She's so tiny yet she's so evil.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed.
No, there were reasons why he snuck. He was
Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
That is a good question.
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
Byakuya, jokester? No.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
No, he wouldn't do that.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
The reason Byakuya dove under the table. If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... the derailment case? If it's connected to Byakuya was doing... If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... derailment case? No, that may sound presumptuous, but I think it's wrong.
Crap!
Everyone's staring. Looks like I just made a fool of myself in front of everyone. God damn it, what the hell do you mean? Reason Byakuya dove under the table. It's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... If it was Byakuya was doing during the party... Look, the only thing I can think of is maybe the night vision goggles. Maybe. What the hell do they mean by this? This has to be the night vision goggles, right? He was... Nope, not what I meant to do. If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably Byakuya wasn't doing anything during the party. What do they mean? Byakuya was not doing anything during the party. He was observing everybody and collecting everything in derailment case. That's literally what he was doing. Monokuma File will not say anything. Busting it on the table will probably not say anything. Night vision goggles? No, god damn it.
Crap!
And we're losing health slowly. What the hell do you mean? If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing under the table. Oh, during the party. What was Byakuya doing during the party? Standing. Monokuma File, was he standing? No. Bloodstains on the table? Was it standing? No. Bloodstained knife found on the table where the body was discovered. Glowing paint like substance coats with it. Is that it?
I can prove it with this. It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Why didn't it say, hey, why do you think Byakuya dove under the table? It said, it's something that Byakuya had to do something during the party. What was he doing during the party, before the blackout? Standing. With a case of derailment. And then the other case of derailment was near the office, but he was near his case, just standing. Just hanging out. We saw it in pictures. What do you mean, the knife? Such bad wording on the case. I'm getting salty, but it's okay. It's okay. We can still do this.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
Oh, Ibuki, you're such a derp. Thank you for dissipating the salt. Okay, look, if you look over here, the clearly two things that Byakuya was doing. Both things tell exactly what was going on and why he dove under the table. The night vision goggles could say that he was looking for something under the table and was wearing the night vision goggles, or he spotted the night vision goggles. The second one is the knife. He saw the knife and spotted the knife or found the knife. There are multiple answers to this, and I just... whatever.
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility.
Oh, now the gun explains it. Okay, then the knife kind of makes sense.
But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
Night vision goggles.
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
You do?
This is almost like a real trial.
What a... Part of me is saying this is a setup trial, part of me is saying no, this is just Monokuma just making offhand comments. During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there'll be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there are, there'll be only one lie or contradiction in debate at a time. This means there'll be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what it was said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be extra careful. You have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spot are actually lies or mistakes, and will have to rely on making sure that the game's logic, is proper, and that I'm not going to be getting stuff wrong. Because that's what ends up happening. I'm salty, so much salt everywhere. Also, if you concentrate on holding down the RB button, you can progress the argument slowly. Please use it whenever you feel like when the statement are moving too fast or for you to aim. However, this does consume the focus gauge, so please be careful. If you press the start button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Yep, that's fine. Good luck and have fun. Alright, thanks game. I'll try my best. As long as you play nice. Make your argument. Knife, bloodstained weapon on the table. Oh god, AC timer, night vision goggles, bloodstained on the table, gaps in the floorboard.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds correct.
case. During the blackout, Mr. Hamhands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black! It was so dark I couldn't see my food. Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
He could.
No, that's wrong.
We got that one. See, now this is easy, it's simple.
Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
He was using those night vision goggles we found under the table. He could have seen what was happening.
Is it just me or does Hajime sound like he's a little bit lower on the volume? I might need to see if I can individually turn on the voice actor.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Did we just... Did we?
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Oh my... Did we just get countered? In a game where we counter our people's arguments? Oh my god, I love this game even more.
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
Were you surprised by my hero's sudden argument? I was. Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding, I'm sorry. Thanks, game. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you'll get into one-on-one debate called a rebuttal showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out the weak spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remark with the left stick. Based on the shape of the remarks, it is important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally, and based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, you will skew towards the advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, a number shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. You'll lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end up divulging some weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood towards the other party's advantage, plus it's going to be very big. Just like the regular debate, please refute any weak spots with the Y button. Am I going to remember any of this? Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you'll not be able to cut an opponent's remark. Truth blade? What's a truth blade? What is? I'm terribly sorry, it appears there has been a delay in contacting you. I'll make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. Okay. That's about it. There won't be any other changes to your handbook menu. Only the name was changed, but don't think a change in feeling is important. If you press the start button during these arguments, you can review the controls. I will have to. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oof. Alright, careful. Slowly.